Hi, this is Fettah Mohamed, a Moroccan high school teacher of English. For today's session, let's start from this sentence. I like to do my homework by myself. For me, this duty is mine. So this is when I have I, so we say I like to do my homework by myself. Suppose that I have you. You like to do your homework. Okay? When I have he, so I say he likes to do his homework. When I have she, so she likes to do her homework. When I have it, so it likes to do its homework. When I have for the plural form, so we have we like to do our homework. If I have you for the plural form, so you like to do your homework. If I have they, so they like to do their homework. I like to do my homework by myself. But when I have you, you like to do your homework by yourself. If I have he, so he likes to do his homework by himself. If I have she, by herself. If I have it, by itself. If I have we, so it becomes by ourselves. If I have you for the plural, so it becomes yourselves. If I have they, so it becomes themselves. I like to do my homework by myself, for me. But if I have you, so I say for you. If I have he, so I say for him. If I have she, so it becomes for her. If I have it, for it. If I have we, so it becomes for us. You for the plural, for you. If I have they, so it becomes for them. I like to do my homework by myself. For me, this duty is mine. So if I say for you, this duty is yours. If I have he, so this duty is his. If I have she, so this duty is hers. If I have it, so this duty is its. If I have we, so this duty is ours. If I have you, so this duty is yours. And if I have they, so this duty is theirs. So generally speaking, so all these words written in the blue color, so they are pronouns. But the question is how to differentiate between these pronouns. So if I want to differentiate between these pronouns, so I have to go back to the function of these pronouns in the sentence. For example, when we speak about I, for example, here we have I like to do my homework by myself. So I in this sentence, it plays the role of subject. So that's why we call these pronouns, we call them subject pronouns. Okay? Next, so I like to do my homework by myself. So when I say my homework, so I use my to express possession or to express ownership. Okay? So that's why we call it possessive. Something else, in this case we have my homework and we have homework is a noun. So my modifies a noun, and we know that what modifies a noun is an adjective. So it plays the role of an adjective too. So that's why we call it possessive adjective pronouns. For the next, when I say I like to do my homework by myself, so myself in this case, it refers back to the subject. So it is a reference or a reflection to the subject, the person who does the action. So that's why we call these kind of pronouns, we call them reflexive pronouns. For the next, I say for me, for you, for him, for her, for it, for us, for you, and for them. So me in this case, it plays the role of an object, and that's why we call this kind of pronouns, we call them object pronouns. And they play the role of an object, of a preposition or a verb for all the time. In terms of the next, this duty is mine. So this sentence, it can be written in a different way. I can say this is my duty. And when I say this is my duty, so at that time it becomes possessive adjective pronoun. But in this case it's not followed by a noun, so we say this duty is mine. So in this case it expresses only the possession, so that's why we say that these pronouns are just possessive pronouns. So as a conclusion, so we have different categories of pronouns. We differentiate between these pronouns with reference to their function in the sentence. For example, when we speak about subject pronouns, because they play the role of a subject in the sentence, we say possessive adjective pronouns. They express possession, ownership, and also they play the role of an adjective because they are all the time followed by a noun, so they modify a noun, so that's why they play this role of an adjective. Then we have reflexive pronouns, which refer to the subject, and that's why we call them reflexive pronouns. Then we have object pronouns because they play the role of an object in the sentence. Here we have possessive pronouns, so they only express possession, so that's why we call them possessive pronouns, and they are not followed by a noun, like in this case possessive adjective pronouns. That's it. So for better understanding, let's move to right. So for the exercises, we have 3 exercises. We have exercise number 1, number 2, and then number 3. For exercise number 1, we have to put in these pronouns, them, her, his, and your. We have to put them in the right place. We have 4 sentences and 4 pronouns, so we have to fill in the blanks with the right pronouns. For exercise number 2, put in the right possessive adjective pronoun or possessive pronoun. So it depends on the sentence. Next, For exercise number 3, so you have to put in the right reflexive pronoun. So I have to read the sentences, then I have to put the right reflexive pronoun. So you can stop the video, try to answer by yourself, then you can check your answers because I'm going to answer the exercise. Right, so for exercise number 1, we have put in the, her, his, and your. He is doing homework. So because we are talking about he, so he is doing his homework. So we are talking about he. That's why we have to put his homework. Do you live with parents? So here we are talking about you. So do you live with your parents? Next, the children are with mother. This is the mother of the children, and the children is plural, so the children are with their mother. My sister is in bedroom, so I'm talking about my sister, so it is she, so that's why we have he, so we have her, she, her, so we have to put her bedroom. For the next, put in the right possessive adjective pronouns or possessive pronouns, and we know that possessive adjective pronouns, so my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their, and we have possessive pronouns. For the possessive pronouns, we have mine, yours, his, its, ours, yours, and theirs. This is Karim, and this dog is. This is Karim, and this dog is. So should I put the possessive adjective pronoun, or I have to put the possessive pronoun? We know that when we want to put the possessive adjective pronouns, so they are all the time followed by a noun. But possessive pronouns, they are not followed by a noun. In this case, I have this is Karim and this dog is. So in this case, they are not. It is not followed by a noun, so I have to use the possessive pronouns. But which possessive pronoun do I have to use? Since I am talking about Karim, so this dog is his. Next, this is Safa and this is cat. So in this case, we have noun, and we know that the possessive adjective pronouns, they are all the time followed by a noun because they play the role of an adjective. So that's why we have to use them. But the question now is which possessive adjective pronoun do I have to use? So I am talking about Safa. So I say this is Safa and this is her cat. Okay? Next, this is me and this bike is. And once again, we don't have a pronoun, so in this case we have to use the possessive pronouns, and because we are talking about me, so this bike is mine. Exercise number 3, so we have to put the right reflexive pronoun. I learned how to speak English by. So this reflexive pronoun, it refers back to the subject, which is I. So by myself. The computer will reboot after a few minutes. So I'm talking about the subject, the computer, so will reboot itself. Because we are talking about the computer. We enjoyed at the seaside. So in this case we are talking about we, so we enjoyed ourselves at the seaside. The king inaugurates the project. So the king, here we have he, so the king himself inaugurates the project. Student study at school for, and for the students, so they study for themselves. Okay, that's it. So this is all about the pronouns.